Think about having sex blindfolded. Nothing new is added, but the experience often feels more intense because your attention is concentrated. Most people focus on what they use during a session, but not what their taste buds are doing before it even starts. I've been experimenting with something I like to call flavor stacking hits, and this video right here is just the introduction. Flavor stacking hits is the idea of preloading your taste buds before a session, either to change the flavor, influence how the experience feels, or intentionally layer aroma and expectation. The idea is simple: preload first and then the sesh. To understand why this works at all, you have to understand perception, not just chemistry. Flavor isn't only about what enters the body, it's about what the brain is paying attention to. Taste, smell, expectation, and focus all combine into a single experience. Think about having sex blindfolded. Nothing new is added, but the experience often feels more intense because your attention is concentrated. When one sense is reduced, the brain amplifies the others. Flavor stacking works in a similar way. When you preload your taste buds, you're directing your attention to flavor before anything else happens. A lot of what we call taste actually comes from smell. When you inhale, those preloaded flavors mix through your retronasal smell, creating a layered sensory effect. This doesn't change the chemistry of the session. It changes how the brain experiences it. Flavor stacking can be done just for taste, but it can also be done with purpose. Many herbs, fruits, and spices contain aromatic compounds called terpenes. The same compounds found in cannabis. Now, different strains have different terpene profiles, which means certain flavor pairings may feel more natural than others. Most of these foods are not pharmacologically strong when eaten, with black pepper being the main exception. Pharmacologically. Anyways, this means that any added effects may be subtle, delayed, or even psychological, right? That doesn't make this useless. It makes it worth exploring with curiosity instead of expectation. Keep in mind that digestion usually takes 30 to 60 minutes before you'd feel anything beyond flavor, and liquids tend to absorb faster than solids, which is why mixing ingredients into juice or blending it with fruit can often help. But timing still matters, and the amount matters too. Start small. You don't want the preload to overpower everything else, unless that's your goal, right? And sometimes overpowering is fine, especially if the flavor's lacking or if you're trying to mask it entirely. There's no rule here, just experimentation. I'm going to share a few examples that I've personally tried without showing any use. The point here isn't instruction, it's about opening your mind to exploration. The first example is black pepper. Take a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, mix it with orange juice or lemonade to make it easier to absorb, right? Black pepper is rich in beta-caryophyllene, a terpene that interacts differently than most. And this pairs well with a balanced strain, where you're not trying to push it too far in either direction. Now, if any preload has the potential beyond flavor, this is most likely the one. The second example are mangoes, either diced or blended into a smoothie. Mangoes contain myrcene, but not in strong amounts. And this pairs well with a more sedative strain, especially if relaxation is your goal. Any increased heaviness here may be expectation driven, and that's okay. The third example is basil. Chew a basil leaf for about 10 seconds before your session. Basil contains linalool, which is commonly associated with calming aromas, and this pairs well with a sativa or focus-based strain, potentially smoothing the experience without dulling it. You don't always have to act with intent. Flavor stacking can enhance an experience simply by front-loading your aroma and taste receptors. Think about running a rose over your partner's skin while they're blindfolded. Touch feels heightened. Anticipation increases. The experience becomes more intense if done correctly. The same principles apply here. Sugar, chocolate sauce, fruit juice, even hot sauce. This is about sensory layering. If you're a purist, then flavor-only stacks might not be of interest to you, and that's fine, right? But intentionally preparing your senses before a session could still enhance how it feels. This video is for educational purposes only, based on my own personal experience. Remember that everyone's body is different. Start small and explore at your own discretion. This video right here is just the introduction. I'm going to be exploring more flavor stacks, sweet, savory, and the unexpected. If you have any ideas, leave it down in the comments. Preload your taste buds and let the experience unfold, baby. Guys, gals, everybody, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, share, comment, subscribe. You know the deal, baby. Till next time.